is God. All there is. No more doubt or confusion. I release pain of illusion. Yes, there's only one solution. Yeah, yeah. What I found is oh so simple. Deeper love in a temple, and I found it in the stillness of my soul. 'Cause all there is God. Oh, yeah. All there is God. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All there is God. Let me hear your voice. All there is God. Now I'm resting in the knowing that my good is overflowing, and my faith is ever growing. Yeah, yeah. Oh, take me back to the beginning. I feel the Spirit moving in me. Make me stronger, make me willing. Yeah. All there is God. Oh, yeah. All there is God. Oh, everywhere you turn. All there is God.
All there is love.
All there is love.
All there is peace.
All there is peace. And it passes all understanding.
All there is truth.
All there is truth.
All there is God.
All there is God.
All there is God.
All there
All there is God. God is all there is.
all there is. Now I'm resting in the knowing that my good is overflowing, and my faith is ever growing. Yeah, yeah. Take me back to the beginning. Feel my spirit moving in me. Make me stronger, make me willing. Yeah. All there is God. All there is God, yeah. All there is God. Oh, God, everywhere you turn. All there is Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the first time. 1,000 cups of tea, but not like this one. 1,000 breaths we breathe, but not like this one. 1,000 suns will rise, but not like this one. 1,000 lullabies, but not like this one. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the first time. 1,000 passing smiles, come on, sing it, but not like this one. 1,000 starlit skies, but not like this one. 1,000 words to choose, but not like this one. 1,000 I love yous, but not like this one. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the first time. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the first time. I'm with a brand new pair of eyes, so that we may finally see. Yeah. 1,000 cups of tea, 1,000 gifts received, 1,000 fields of green, 1,000 farewells will grieve, and 1,000 lives conceived. Come on, sing it. But not like this one. 1,000 hands will hold, but not like this one. 1,000 stories told, but not like this one. 1,000 beauties to behold, but not like this one. And 1,000 hearts you'll know, but not like this one. And 1,000 hearts you'll know, but not like this one. Put your hand up on your heart with us right now. 1,000 hearts you'll know, but not like this one. So let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the first time.
What about sunrise? What about rain? What about all the things that you said we were to gain? What What about killing fields? Is there a time? What about all the things that you said were yours and mine? Did you ever stop to notice all the blood we shed before? Did you ever stop to notice the crying earth, the weeping shore? What have we done to the earth? Look what we've done. What about all the peace that you pledged your holy son? What about flowering fields? Is there a time? What about all the dreams that you said were yours and mine? Did you ever stop to notice all the children dead from war? Did you ever stop to notice the crying earth, the weeping shore? I used to dream, I used to glance beyond the stars. Now I don't know where we are, but I know we've drifted far. What about yesterday? What about the sea? What about us? The heavens are falling down. I can barely breathe. What about us? What about us? What about us? What about the sacred land torn apart by greed? What about us? What about the common man? Can we set him free?
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, yeah.
Hello and welcome to the People of Diversity Sunday service. We are a multi-faith church, group, organization. I don't even know what to call it anymore. We have 10 different faith perspectives, 10 different musical artists, one amazing tech guy who we send all these videos to, all these different people, one at a time, and then we herd cats, and Philip puts it all together and puts together our Sunday service, which you'll be enjoying today. If you would like to join us in this semi-chaotic dance of divinity, that was like good. www.peopleofdiversity.org. You can check us out there. You can push that donate button in the middle and contribute how you'd like to, and call it what you want.
And I just want to say that Philip would be the first to tell us that he has help. He's got Diego, so
Yes.
he's not a one-man show anymore, which is a good thing. So thank you, Diego, as well. So last week we had Reverend Celidia Junis, and her musical guest was Victor Mergado, and she was speaking on charity, and it was also Martin Luther King Sunday, and she wove that beautifully into her talk. It was really, really good. So if you missed that, go back and watch.
Go back and watch
it.
Yes.
It was great. Today we are ending our series of charity with Sensei Dave Vidito from the Open Mind Zen Center in Melbourne, and his musical guest is Donna Frost. Yay!
Yay.
So, next week we start a new topic, and this one should be really interesting. Responsibility. We're starting responsibility, and our first speaker is Muslim Nuran Sykes, and her musical guest is Christian Hope Justice. So tune in for a new topic, responsibility. Right after the morning service from 11:45 till 12:15, we do a live Zoom deep dive. And Sensei Dave told me he was planning on coming to that, so join us. So we can see each other and talk and ask questions and discuss things. It's a lot of fun. It's really enjoyable. And then at 5:45 on Sunday evening, we rebroadcast the Facebook Live service. We are also on YouTube. If you aren't that crazy about Facebook, or you just want to check out the YouTube part, we have our YouTube station up and running, and it's on Sunday morning, a live broadcast just like this on Sunday mornings. And you can also go back to the YouTube channel and search on topics, search on faith, and find, by using the playlist, and find anything that we've done for the past 3.5 years. Yeah, pretty good long time. So you can get Facebook notifications by joining the People of Diversity Facebook group or Facebook page. You just go on there, ask to join, we'll let you in, and then you'll get the notifications on Sunday morning and Sunday evening that the broadcast is about to start, and all you got to do is push a button. It's easy. So each week we bless a country, so if you have any information at all, anything, pictures, whatever, about the country that we're blessing next week, would you send them to the email address below, and we'll use them in our country blessing. And next week is Jordan. This week we are blessing Japan.
Very cool.
So,
That matches Sensei.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
mostly,
true.
that's a Japanese dance of that. Yeah, so that's very cool.
That's right. Okay. Japan is an island country off the east coast of Asia. It's slightly smaller than California and has, get this, almost 125.5 million people, which is 3 times the number of people living in California. So very densely populated area. 80% Buddhist and 67% Shinto. Now, if you know anything about math, 80% and 67% add up to way more than 100. And that's because many people practice Buddhism and Shintoism. So I wasn't familiar with Shintoism, so I thought I would check that out and make that one of our fun facts. Shinto is considered to be Japan's native religion. It's very nature-oriented. They have many gods, and their basic beliefs are purity, harmony, family, and subordination of the individual before the group. So, sounds pretty cool. Yeah. Japan actually consists of 6,852 islands. The land was part of east coast of Asia until tectonic action caused it to split into many pieces, creating the Sea of Japan about 15 million years ago. The world's largest seafood market is in Tokyo. Catch this. It employs more than 60,000 people and opens at 3 a.m. most mornings, with its famous wholesale tuna auctions beginning at 5 a.m. It is good manners and a sign of enjoyment to slurp your noodles. I like that. 70% of Japan is mountains and forests that are not considered to be inhabitable, and there are over 100 active volcanoes. So most of that gigantic population they have is concentrated in the cities and just outside the cities. Much of the land is not even, people don't even live there. And here's our last one. I thought this was so funny and so cool. I hope I can say it right. The island of Okonoshima was used as a place to test chemical weapons on rabbits during World War II. After the war, the rabbits were released and their populations soared, as rabbits can do. Dogs, cats, and other predators are banned from the island, and it is a very popular tourist attraction. You can go there and just be inundated with rabbits, lay on the ground and have rabbits all over you, feed rabbits, hang out with rabbits for as long as you like.
Very cool.
Yeah. So, let's hold the people of Japan in our hearts, knowing they want the same things in their lives that we want in ours. We've had a very interesting history with Japan for many, many years. And so we hold these people and we see them in love and light, and we say these words together. May peace prevail in Japan. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail in me. Thank you.
So, today we will see Donna Frost, hopefully from some very cool place in her house, because it's cold now, and I don't want her outside being freezing cold. But somewhere in Tennessee, she will share her heart with us. And Sensei Dave Vidito always comes across and through, not only with his super cool Zenness, but always teaching, always present, always in his heart. So without further ado, we'll see you on the other side.
Hi everybody, Donna Frost coming to you from my house in Hendersonville, Tennessee. And good to see you. Happy New Year. Hope you had a great Christmas and hope your 2023 is off to a good start. Normally I'd have some cool scenery from outside to show you, but not today because it's raining and it's cold. And so I thought I'd come out here and share my Christmas tree with you because we still have ours up. There's my beautiful Christmas angel. And so hey, I'm still celebrating. And right now the message today is charity. This first song I'm going to share with you is called Spare a Dime. I wrote this with my friend Beth Travers. And it's about someone from my hometown in Franklin, Tennessee. He was on the streets and he would tell a joke for a quarter and dance for a quarter, and tell a joke for a dime. And that's why they called him Spare a Dime. People kind of dismissed him thinking he was a bum, and but he wasn't. He was a decorated war hero, and he also had gone to college and had a good job, but bad things happen to good people, and when they do, we're supposed to help them, whether it's financially or with encouragement or whatever. We're not supposed to turn our backs on those who are less fortunate than us. So, charity is a must. It's our duty. Take care of each other and do what we can to make things better. So here's a song about Spare a Dime. I was just a little girl holding Mama's hand, checking out the sights downtown when I first saw the man. He was free to smile wearing everything he owned, just a wrinkled paper sack, hidden threadbare clothes. His fortune was his old soft shoe and stories in his head. The shiny top hat on the street held his daily bread. No one knew his name, no one seemed to take the time. Mama said that everyone just called him Spare a Dime. Oh, Spare a Dime. He stays on the corner of Main Street and Vine. He says, I'll dance for a quarter, tell a joke for a dime. Dance for a quarter, oh, spare a dime. Some folks say he had been a soldier in the war. He came home decorated, but no one knows what for. Mama said you can never tell what's in somebody's mind, and it is still a mystery what changed those spare a dime. Oh, spare a dime. He stays on the corner of Main Street and Vine. He says I'll dance for a quarter, tell a joke for a dime. Dance for a quarter, oh, spare a dime. He sings from the battles, shaking all apart. All his world of goods are gone. Though it's been broken, he has a lot of heart, and I believe someday he'll have a home. Oh, spare a dime. He stays on the corner of Main Street and Vine. He says I'll dance for a quarter, tell a joke for a dime. Dance for a quarter, oh, spare a dime. Dance for a quarter, oh, spare a dime. Oh, spare a dime. There we go. God bless Spare a Dime. And I'll close it out with this song that I wrote called What Will the Song of Your Life Be? I saw that in a devotional I was reading, and I was like, that would be a good song. And it's all about the choices we make. Are we going to be a song of joy or a dirge of misery? You know, the choice is up to you. Are you going to be doing good things to help other people? Or are you going to be that person that doesn't help anyone? You know, you never know when that day comes when you need help too. And we all go there. So I'll leave you with this one. This is a little up-tempo song, and one of my favorites. Hope you enjoy it. You choose a tune. What will the song of your life be? Will it be a melody of joy or a dirge of a misery? Take it anymore. The ghost of the past that haunt you, be of joy or a dirge of a misery. Baby, it's up to you when you make it your thing. You choose a tune. What will the song of your life be? Well, much, and thanks for having me along today. And I wish you a wonderful, blessed day. Thank you for your support, and I hope to see you sometime soon. Take care.
All right. Good morning. So this morning I actually had a request to speak on generosity. So the good news is that, I seem to come back to this topic every once in a while. And the nice thing is that we've had enough new faces here that some of you haven't heard my stories. So. But stories have to be told. And actually, every Christmas we hang out with my father, go into this long story, and he'll always say, "Stop me if you heard this one." Of course, we've all heard it 100 times. We never stop it. So stop me if you've heard this one. So generosity. In Buddhism, there's this concept of dana. And think of it as wholehearted giving. Giving in a sense where you're really getting yourself out of the way. No giver, no receiver, just that act of generosity, of charity, of giving. And in Japan, there's an interesting tradition with the monks, and they'll wear these hats, kesa, I think they call them, these long kind of conical hats, and they come down over the eyes, and they'll sit there with these big hats, and you can't see their faces really, but they've got their begging bowl. And the idea is the monk is really trying to take themselves out of the picture. It's just giving each passerby the opportunity to give, right? Not looking for a thank you, not looking for anything, just giving each person that passes by that opportunity to give. So dana, no giver, no receiver, just giving. And this is one of the 6 paramitas, right? The perfections. So just to go through them, right? Generosity, discipline, patience or acceptance, joyful endeavor, samadhi, meditative concentration, or 6, prajna, wisdom or awareness. And I always seem to get stuck on first one. I never give many talks on the other paramitas, so there's something about my karma there, I suppose. Here I am with generosity. So the story that I want to build this around was a person that I met, Carl. And for a long time before I went to work, I'd go off to this coffee shop in the morning, go get coffee. And for the longest time, I would see this homeless person off on the side, clearly looking for money, right? Clearly, living in the streets. And most often you'd go by. But one day I decided to kind of reach out and talk to him. So I passed him by and I kind of engaged with him a little bit. And because I wanted to find out a little bit more about him. And, he told me that he'd lost his job. He was living on the street and was asked me for money. And I was at that point in my life where I was actually trying to cultivate generosity. It was a big part of my practice, maybe really 10 years ago is about when this happened. And my practice, right or wrong, was if someone asked me for money, I would reach into my wallet and grab the first thing I had and give it to them, no matter what it was. Could be a 1, could be a 20. Usually didn't carry anything bigger than 20. But whatever it was, I would just give. And it was really about, was I willing to be generous, to give without thought, just to give. And so that was my practice. And so this time when Carl found me, he asked for money, and I gave him that 20, and then off we went. And that encounter kind of stuck with me because I wanted to find some way to help Carl. We did get to talk a little bit, and I did. He told me about his situation. I can't say that we got to know each other. It's really hard to get to know each other in such a short time. But we would talk. So I'll call him Monk Carl. He's the one that's going to teach me this time. So I guess I have a lot of examples in my life. I've been thinking about this. Why is generosity, or why is this a practice of mine, or why do I focus on this? And I think about it. There's several people in my life that are just really generous people. My wife, for example, I've seen her go out of her way to chase down people and give a homeless person money, or go buy them lunch, stop traffic, and give them lunch. Sometimes I'm doing this, right? But she's so generous, right? That's what she does. Or my favorite example is my dad. Remember how they used to have these fake lottery tickets that you could give people? Well, someone bought a fake lottery ticket and gave it to my dad for a Christmas present. He opens up the present and he scratches it off and saw that he won this, I don't know, it's like $1 million. And his reaction was, here, you need this. And he tried to give it back, which ruined the joke. But this was the example that I grew up with, right? Somebody who really put himself second in a lot of ways. And so this was the example I grew up with. And so, exhibiting those paramitas, right? Generosity, discipline, joyful endeavor, patience. That's a tough one. I'm not sure if everyone I know has patience, but maybe that's the next practice after I've mastered generosity. We'll work on patience. So I think about these stories. It reminded me how important it is to surround ourselves with people that exude the qualities that we admire or aspire to, how important that is. So how important are groups like this, or our families? So here I am with Carl, right? He's living in the woods since his divorce. It tells me he feels terrible for begging, but he has no money for food, hasn't been able to find a job. And I give him money, right? And while we're there, I really spend time looking him in the eye, because I feel like the homeless in particular feel invisible. In some ways, that can be an act of generosity, right? Just really giving somebody your time, right? Really spending it with them, getting yourself out of the way and really engaging that person and see, where are they? What do they need? What can I offer? But in a more responsive, listening, feeling, giving way. And so I was doing that with Carl. And when we left, I really wanted to find some way to help him. So I actually spent a fair amount of time researching it, trying to find some way to give him some help. And it's interesting because it depends. There's some good programs for certain groups, like mothers, children's, vets. But if you don't fall in one of those categories, there aren't a lot of programs. There's some, but they're really hard to get into. And so that's what I was trying to do for Carl, is try to find some options. See if I can get Monk Carl off the street. And I should say, though, stepping back a little bit, that this topic always seems to be one of my more controversial topics. And probably because I speak about the homeless and giving to the homeless. I do want to say that, many consider it unethical or maybe unhelpful to actually give money to the homeless. And I really don't want to derail us with this, because for me, this talk is not about that. It's more, can we cultivate that mindset of generosity, whatever right action, whatever that moment, whatever is needed in that moment. So can we cultivate that? And I think nowadays I'm a little less likely to just give money for a lot of the reasons that people bring up, right? That there are programs that are better, more effective way to help people. So I'm less likely now. But at that time, I needed to give. I needed that practice. That was what I was cultivating. Of course, Carl wasn't going to make this easy. We'll see in a little bit. That's why I'll call him Monk Carl. He's my teacher here. So we give, right? We give. So a day or two later, I run into Carl again, and he didn't recognize me at first, but eventually he did. He didn't remember my name, but I didn't really expect him to. So of course, Carl immediately asked for money. And I decided not to here because I didn't want this codependent relationship where I was just handing him money, right? That really wasn't what I was trying to do here. So I told Carl that I wanted to help him get off the street, that I really hated to see him living in the woods. And so Monk Carl at this point said, as I kind of gently pressed him, he basically told me, he looked me in the eye and said, well, he's not really living in the woods, he's just trying to make rent. So now it's interesting, right? Because you don't really know what the truth is. Now, clearly this is somebody who's having difficulties, right? Somebody that needs. Was he telling the truth then? Was he telling the truth now? Was he lying then? Was he lying now? What is the situation? It's like think back to all the situations in my life. I don't know what real is. I just know that I'm here, right? And then so there I was with Carl, and he told me that, well, I lied to you last time. I'm just trying to make rent. Okay, so now the practice really begins. What is dana? What is generosity now? And reflecting on this, I think this is a reason why a lot of people shy away from giving, because after a while, it's easy to feel burned, right? Or to be frustrated, or to be tired, right? Fatigue, I think, can settle in, and kind of reflecting on that, it really came back to, all right, well, what part of me is frustrated? What part of me is tired? What part of me is wanting to pull away from other people? And it really occurred to me that one of the reasons I really focused on this is it put me on the edge of my practice. At that time, that was my edge. I have new edges that I explore now, but at that time, that was the edge of my practice. And for me, that's really critical for this path, is that each and every one of you needs to find what's that edge, what's that boundary, where am I just not as comfortable? Because that's fertile ground for practice. Right? Perfection of giving, dana. Dana transcends ego, right? This is giving beyond giving. It's transcending the ego. So how do I get my ego out of the way and work with Carl? So I decided at the time I'm going to work with Carl, right? So what does it mean to be generous when it's difficult? What does it mean to give when you're unsure, right? How do you practice, right? What is right action? There's no good answer. Now what? What is it? So a few days later, I run into Carl again. And I think it's about a week later. And he recognized me a little more quickly this time, because I was probably one of the few people that actually spoke with him. And of course, he immediately asked for money. But I instead of giving him money, we talked, right? And I talked about how I wanted to get him help. I wanted to help him get out. And I talked about how he changed his story on me. And it was interesting because he was taken aback, and he actually started to choke up a little bit. And he just said, I'm not a bad guy. He had been caught, right, in that little lie. And we talked for a little while. I expressed some more interest in helping him, but it just didn't work out, so we parted ways. But so that little act of engaging, right, engaging with Carl, I really saw myself. I saw each of us, right? Because I think it's easy to find someone like Carl. Right? We all have our Carls. I am Carl. But it's easy to get in the trap of judging that situation, judging Carl, judging yourself, judging others. But how many of us are like this? How many of us are stuck in this endless cycle of unhealthy behaviors or unhealthy decisions? Actually, we all are. It's just a matter of degree, I think. We're all this way. Whether it's choices we make about our health, our relationships, our emotional well-being, our physical health, spiritual well-being, substance abuse. So how many of us make bad decisions? Sometimes even knowing that it will lead to problems, but we do. We develop these habitual patterns, and we do it anyway. How many of us have been in situations where we want the suffering to stop, but either don't know how to bring about the changes, or in some ways, part of us is reveling, right, in that consistency, right? This is my pattern. I'm comfortable. And so we stay kind of in the suffering. So how many of us are like Carl, right? I am Carl. We are Carl. So I thought about that quite a bit as I was reflecting on the paramitas, these perfections, and these are called perfections because you never really get there. You think of the Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara, right? This is the Bodhisattva of compassion, and there's different images of him or her. It depends on which culture you talk about. But the Indian version, 100 arms and hundreds of heads and all these eyes, because all of these arms to reach out and help the world, right? Ultimate compassion. And I love that imagery because if you think of Carl or any other situation, sometimes it feels like we need those 100 arms, right? And so this is a perfection. Dana, generosity like this, is a perfection that we strive for. It's a path that we're on. And no, you never get there. But the path, right? The journey. It's why we're here together. We encourage each other, right? We look for that edge. What is your edge? What is the boundary of your practice? What is next for you, right? Where do you find your Carl? What is your Carl? What is your Dave? Maybe I need help today. So I'll leave you with that. Okay, so now let's try a little exercise, a little guided meditation, just to kind of settle in and kind of reflect on the topic today. So go ahead and have a seat, chair, or if you like me, a cushion, whatever's comfortable for you. And just start off, go ahead and close your eyes and take a few deep cleansing breaths. What I recommend is when you breathe in, when you breathe out, make it audible. Hear it. Feel, hear, sense the breath, core of life. Breathing in deeply, feeling it as you exhale. Just kind of settling in. Good. Now, as you breathe in, try to picture this warm, inviting light just kind of coming in through your nose, down your lungs, and just feel it kind of warming up that heart space. Just kind of drawing in that energy towards your heart. And breathing in the energy, and when you exhale, letting go of tension, letting go of worry, just letting go of all those things that bother you, concern you day to day. Just breathe in positive energy and then release. And as you breathe in all that energy, just imagine that energy collecting and growing right there at the heart center. Just radiating, growing in kindness, growing in generosity, loving kindness, understanding for both yourself and all those around you. Just radiating those positive, good intentions coming from your heart, reaching out to all beings. Just kind of sit there. Good. Now take a few last deep breaths in. Hold it. Smile and out. A little deeper, a little longer. In. Hold it. And out. Just repeat that a few more times on your own. In, hold, release. Maybe smiling to yourself, being grateful that you're able to take this time today to really settle in, to examine, to watch, to listen. Grateful for all the opportunities that you'll have to reach out and help others. No need for a thank you or reward, just helping just for the sake of helping. One last breathe in, hold, and out. You can open your eyes. Welcome back. So I hope this little talk, a little exercise has been useful for you. I'm always here if you have questions. So, all right, thank you.
Thank you, Donna. As billed direct from your heart to ours, thank you so much for all that you give to us. Sensei Dave, man, thank you so much for being with us and bringing your heart to what you do and what you do for us. We are very, very grateful. Philip, Diego, anybody else who might be filling in, Bob the neighbor, thank you guys for all you do to make us look seamless and wonderful. Following the morning service, we from 11:45 to 12:15, we will be hanging out with Sensei Dave. Becky will be hanging out with Sensei Dave. I will be inside rubbing feet at the St. Petersburg Spirit Fest. So make that clear. But if you want to join for that, it's an opportunity to connect, to see each other, and to ask questions of Dave and see see what he has to give you as feedback. We pin that to the top of the page after the 5:45 playing of the morning service.
The deep dive is not pinned to the top of the page. No.
No, I didn't.
That's a one and done.
I didn't put that
Right.
sentence in proper order.
No.
So the service is pinned
Right.
to the top of the page. Yeah, we don't even record. We probably should record some of those deep dives because they're a lot of fun, but
No.
they wouldn't get as juicy. Yeah. All right, cancel that idea. So the service will be pinned, and you can go back and look at it. It's there on the People of Diversity page or in the group, which you should join so that you'll get pinged on Sunday morning and you don't have to remember or think about it or even find it. It'll just push a button and you'll be there. It's wonderful. Remember also that we are on YouTube. After the Sunday service, we put a pretty picture on it, and we put it into the playlist so that you can immediately search back into those, again, on faith or by speaker. We are changing over to a new topic next week, responsibility. Our first speaker will be Muslim Naran Sykes, and she will be joined by Kristen Hope Justice, giving us a couple of videos. I don't know anything else.
We want to thank everyone who ties to the pod. You can do that by going to www.peopleofdiversity.org and push that donate button in the middle of the page. And we pay our speakers, we pay our musicians, we pay our tech team. So every bit that you donate goes to the pod's funds, and the pod also tithes. We tithe for the last couple of months of 2022. We tithe to the Interfaith Alliance, and we tied to Interfaith International.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I was getting those, I get those all mixed up and messy, but we tied to two different groups, $222 each, so that was really good. Spreading the ripples out. So we appreciate all that you do. So I'm going to take a minute, take a breath, close your eyes, and plant your feet if you so desire. Say thank you, Spirit. Thank you for everything that the pod is, that the pod does, every single person that is involved in it in any way, from the speakers and the musicians and the tech team and all the people that watch, all the people that love us and send their good energy out. And we are so grateful because it is making a difference. We say amen.
Amen.
Okay, last thing, healing circle. Bring to your mind's eye anyone that you know, any situation, any place that needs some extra love. Put that into the center of this energy circle that we're forming right now. Put it out there, guys. We're all in this together. And join with your community and send your love and your energy out around the circle and into the middle of the circle to help heal each other and heal those people that we have brought in. And open up and get some on you, because we can all use it for sure.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for being with us, and have a great week. And we'll see you in the deep dive, or tonight on the broadcast, or whenever you come around. We'll be here.
See you next time.
One power, one power, one power. One power, one power, one power. There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth, as simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love.